I didn't know.
Hold on. I got something even better. Got something even better, Bill. Got something even better. Wait. The fuck? Alright.
What to do anymore, so I just snapped. See if I grab his head, boom, pull the bolt back. I'm thinking, how fast am I gonna run? I was like, if anyone in that house deserved it, I did. He just dropped, and I heard blood just pouring out of his head. He's assaulted me before. He's done so many different things wrong to me. My grandma looks over and she's like, what's going on? Boom.
This is an emergency. We noticed a window off the side, and one person went in and looked and discovered a body.
Okay, do you know who it is?
Yes, Janet and Rick Sweet.
On May 13th, 2012, the family of Rick and Janet Sweet made a horrific discovery at the couple's home in Manchester, Iowa. They had no idea the dark secrets that were soon to be uncovered. But in this twisted case, it was the police who were left shocked at the admissions of a too-honest killer, a killer who you will hear from in an exclusive, never-before-heard interview.
Bro, I wouldn't know what the fuck to do. Like, I'd be mad as fuck too, but I'd be like, what did I do? What did I do? I gave you what you need. What could you possibly kill me for? Like, why you want to murder me? I gave you the PS6, the PS, I gave you every, bro. I dripped you down in clothes. I gave you food. Bro, I was there for you day one, bro. You came out of my balls. And you want to kill me? What did I do? Out of all people, you could have killed your mama. You want to kill me? Why you ain't kill your mom? That's ridiculous.
You. The relatives of Rick and Janet Sweet had planned to celebrate Mother's Day, as was their yearly tradition. But as the family approached the house that day, they instantaneously felt that something was very wrong. This feeling was confirmed when they knocked on the door and no one answered.
I don't know what the fuck that was. It was a song.
Immediately, they noticed that one of the windows had been shattered, but in no way could they predict the gruesome findings that lay inside. Peering through the broken glass, they glimpsed a horrifying sight. Rick and Janet were inside, both in pools of blood on their couch, murdered in their own home. Shocked and in a panic, a call to 911 was quickly made.
There is certainly a body inside, and I noticed a gunshot through the window, and so rather than go in and explore, we're calling you.
But a burning question lingered in the air. Who could have committed such an evil act? The horror of the discovery was made all the worse as the investigation began. Rick and Janet's family members quickly informed the police that there was one person still unaccounted for, the couple's 17-year-old grandson.
Don't download this shit. That shit look like it's give your ass a virus.
Son, Isaiah Sweet, who lived in the home with them. Fearing that he may have met a similarly grisly end, authorities began looking for the missing teen. But they never could have imagined what they would uncover when they finally caught up with Isaiah. On May 14th, the day after the bodies were found, Isaiah was finally located in Cedar Rapids after previously driving 75 miles to Iowa City. Apparently, the teenager was spotted walking towards a park and was quickly pursued by nearby officers. Isaiah seemingly tried to outrun them, but quickly surrendered once he heard the sound.
No, bro. No freaky ass ads just be popping up out of nowhere. That's the only ad I really got. That's the only ad I've been getting for the past 2 months now. I've been getting that ad all over my shit. I'll just be like, bro, I don't even want to play. That shit don't even... I feel like it's clickbait. It gotta be clickbait for a virus. That's what it looked like to me.
Sound of police dogs on his trail. Now knowing that no harm had come to Isaiah, at least not the kind that his grandparents had suffered, the police were eager to hear if he had any insight into the horrific crime.
Hold on, let me go take this real quick, bro. This shit finna get interesting, bro.
He was promptly brought in for an interview. You'll notice that Isaiah is in handcuffs, and you'll soon understand why.
Put those things off you. Probably feel a little bit better.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna be good with me, right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
The detective offers to remove Isaiah's handcuffs as a gesture of goodwill and to try and build positive rapport with him. This also serves the purpose of removing the constant reminder that Isaiah is in police custody, which may help him feel more comfortable.
Why don't we shut this thing for privacy, okay?
Yes, sir.
Grab some of that food, okay, Isaiah? Isaiah, since we haven't officially met, hey, my
Nice to
name's
meet you.
Scott Rieger.
Oh, that's
Okay,
nice
I'm
to
an
meet you.
agent with the Iowa DCI. I am a police officer. I never don't look like it, but I figure this is a little bit more comfortable for me. So
After this, is there any way I can go to the hospital for this? I cut it open on a rusty fence, and
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure
Absolutely.
I'm worried about tetanus.
Yep, nope, absolutely.
Isaiah isn't being interviewed in a typical interrogation room, but instead is in what appears to be the detective's office. This isn't ideal, as there are numerous distractions that will be a constant reminder of where he is.
I'm going to show you this here. This is called a statement of rights and an acknowledgement of a waiver, okay?
Right to remain silent. Anything I say can and will be used against
Yep.
me in a court of law. Right to an attorney if I cannot afford one.
Right there. Just a fucking idiot. I feel like he's a band kid. He gotta be a band kid. You can't tell me that he ain't no band kid. Look at this nigga, bruh. Look at how...
Show you this here. This is called a statement of rights and an acknowledgement of a waiver, okay?
Right to remain silent. Anything I say can and will be used against
Yep.
me in a court of law. Right to an attorney if I cannot afford one will be appointed to me.
You've got the
My nigga. I don't even know who Carl Weezer is. But this nigga's giving me band kid energy. Wait, hold on. Hold on.
Say can and will be used against
Yep.
me in a court of law. Right to an attorney if I cannot afford one will be appointed to me.
You've got those things down already,
Yes, sir.
don't you? Okay, let me read these to you. Is that all right?
All right.
No, he don't. Wait, hold on. That nigga don't sound.
My favorite is the haunting mating call of the humpback whale. Very good, Carl. A hot dog holder?
Actually, the Hot Dog Holder Deluxe, also known as the Versa Bun. It not only holds hot dogs, it is also a stylish hat.
That nigga sound nothing like him.
All right.
Isaiah may be trying to show off or appear smart by reciting his Miranda rights. However, all he's done is prove that he's quite familiar with the criminal justice process, possibly due to past encounters with police. Regardless, it's the detective who must read Isaiah his Miranda rights, and he agrees to continue talking without a lawyer being present.
Go ahead. Bow down. When was the last time you had something to eat?
4 days ago.
You haven't eaten anything in 4 days. Right. And we got more food, so if you wallow that stuff down, you want to keep going, we've got
I don't really hear that much. It not My nigga, he sound like a country dude. He sounds like a country dude. He sounds nothing like Carl.
more food, we can keep it
Damn,
coming.
you guys made me feel like I
Okay.
didn't do anything wrong.
Why do you say that?
Well, let's put it like this. I'm not going to be lying to you guys about anything you ask me.
And I appreciate that.
No problem.
Okay?
Isaiah appears to be taken off guard by the warm treatment from the detective, especially when it comes to being offered additional food. This puts the detective in a very good position, and Isaiah may be more inclined to give him the information he wants to continue to receive this kind of treatment.
They're not going to take this from me, are they?
What is it?
This is a real Rolex.
Okay, where'd you get that from?
I found it in a hobo's tent.
Down there?
Yeah, in CR.
Okay, we'll just keep it up there and we'll call probably.
Okay, now what the fuck? What the fuck? Hold on, bro.
is a comfy seat cushion at
He just sound like Carl, but he just country as fuck, bruh. Just fucking country as fuck.
What do we do with that later?
Cops. There was like 4 or 5 cops, and
In Cambridge?
Yep, looking for me.
Okay.
And one of them came up to me, started talking to me, asked if I knew where I was, and I was like, no.
So he didn't recognize you
Yeah, I
at
was
all?
like, no, I don't even know where
come
he's
on,
at. Like, I had my hair back to here,
Now, what would have been one of the reasons you were pulling your hair back?
trying to not be seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
At first, he was out.
That nigga Goblin, what? Did they give this nigga Franks? Oh, nah, they gave this nigga hot dogs. They gave this nigga hot dogs. They gave this nigga hot dogs, bro. They gave this nigga hot dogs. Nigga is a fucking loser. He is, bro. Bro. They gave this nigga hot dogs. I don't know what type of soda that is. But they gave this nigga Franks. They gave him the little ones.
Asking if I saw the other cops, and I was like, nope. And he was like, do you know who Isaiah Sweet is? And I was like, no idea.
Not a clue who that is. What are you thinking the whole time he's asking that?
I'm thinking, how fast am I gonna run? As soon as he walks,
Man, this nigga's dumb. Wait, what?
The whole time he's asking that.
I'm thinking, how fast am I gonna run? As soon as he walks away from me.
What I want you to do right now is just kind of relax. Go ahead and eat that food. Kind of mount down. Like I said, I want to kind of start and kind of walk back through some things first.
All right.
Okay?
More than anything, I want to know what the brought me to what I did, what's wrong with me.
Sure. Then,
I'm about to start bawling.
Okay. Hey, Isaiah. If you cry, that's totally fine, man. I respect that. Okay?
I want to go back so bad.
How come?
Because I loved them so much. They didn't deserve that.
How come they didn't deserve it?
If anyone in that house deserved it, I did. More than anyone.
Take your time, brother.
They raised me since I was 4, and I heard Fada was.
Janet and Rick had taken custody of Isaiah when he was just 4 years old, due to their daughter's inability to care for him. Stacy Sweet, Isaiah's mother, had allegedly suffered from substance abuse and could no longer support her young son. But her parents were more than willing to take him into their home. Immediately, Isaiah will answer one of the questions looming over the investigation.
So not only... Okay, so... Those are he killed his grandparents. He had killed his grandparents. Wait, I think there's something mentally wrong with bro. Like, cause I think he probably might be mentally retarded. Like slow. Like some wrong with bro. Cause there's no way. Cause he came in fine. With, any normal person would be crying already before all this shit anyways. He was fine, but then now he's crying all of a sudden. But we'll see how this shit goes.
But even with this reveal, there are even more disturbing questions left to be uncovered.
When you say what happened that night at the house, what happened?
Shot both of them.
Okay. What'd you shoot him with, Isaiah?
He did outright.
An assault rifle.
An assault rifle? You remember what it looks like?
Hell yeah.
Black.
Okay. What,
Black, bolt action, 10 or more round clip. It's, Czechoslovakian.
Okay.
AR-15.
Okay. It takes a lot to admit that, Isaiah. Okay. That's not an easy thing to do. Okay, and Isaiah,
I'm
this
not
is...
gonna play dumb with you.
Okay, and I appreciate that.
Although Isaiah has just admitted to killing his grandparents, the detective so desperately wants to get to the bottom of how this horrific crime came to.
He really do care about his gun more than his parents do, bro. But it's just like, I don't know, like I said, I feel like, bro, he gotta be mentally slow or something. Cause there's no way. Like, he just outright just admitted, like, oh, I shot him. I killed him. Who you know admitting that? like there's something wrong with him. He not right in the head. He gotta go. Pack his ass up.
To be. In doing so, he ensures that there is nothing preventing Isaiah from answering any question that may be thrown his way.
How you feeling, right? I mean, you're with me right now,
feel
right?
I don't really know like much, but
Okay, let me ask you this, Isaiah. You understand who I am.
yes, sir.
You understand I'm a police officer.
Yes, sir.
You understand that the guys who brought you up here, why they had
Yes,
to find
sir.
you, okay, and they brought you up there. There's nothing medically right now that's preventing you to talk to me,
No, sir.
right? But you understand the questions I'm asking you right now, okay? There's no question that you're not smart enough to handle these
I'm
questions.
extremely intelligent.
Okay. And you know what? I get that. I think you
I
are.
just make stupid choices.
Yeah. And sometimes we do, Isaiah. Look at me.
I'm never gonna be able to go back on it.
No. And that's, you know what, Isaiah, part of this is that what you're doing today by telling me the whole truth as far as what happened, not only what's leading up to it, but what happened during it. I know it's going to be tough to walk through, but we need to do that, okay? And then we need to talk about what happened afterwards, okay? All the details we need with this is your chance to start healing yourself on the inside. Walk me through Friday. What's going on Friday? Walk me through the time you wake up on Friday morning. We'll kind of walk through
Friday.
When someone's gaze drifts to the left after they're asked a question, this generally indicates that there is some inner dialogue going on in their head. This doesn't necessarily mean they're being deceptive. However, detectives will take note of this behavior.
I sat at home on house arrest all day,
Okay, were Grandpa and Grandma home?
and then I went down to the basement. There's a door that goes into the garage from the basement. I went up to the garage and then in their room, took the assault rifle out of their room, and then I loaded it with 10 bullets, walked up the stairs, took like a point like this, had earmuffs on and everything. I took a point like this, stepped up one stair so I could see my grandpa's head. Boom, pulled the trigger back, pulled the bolt back, shot my grandpa twice in the head.
Where was your grandpa sitting?
They were both sitting on the couch.
Okay, and where were you at?
I was on the stairs coming up
Like coming up from that landing? Okay, because I've heard, I haven't been inside your house, but you know, some of the guys were up there the other day and they're kind of going through it.
hollow point assault rifle rounds. And then
Okay.
I went up to him and I just broke down, started crying. I told him how much I loved him.
Apparently, the teenager
He don't have no fucking memory. This nigga said he loaded up 10 bullets, put on the earmuffs. You know what I'm saying? So he was upstairs, but you know you have like you got that deep corner. You just you know what I'm saying, just people in there. I'm pretty sure they probably did not see it. He shot both of them. Boom, boom. This nigga demonstrating everything. Bro, they about to fuck this nigga in every worst way possible when he get in jail, bro. They about to do this nigga dirty.
was heading down a tumultuous path filled with partying, substance abuse, and rebellious behavior. During his high school years, Isaiah had supposedly begun to fraternize with a crowd of older kids, where he used substances such as marijuana and methamphetamine. Along with this, he allegedly possessed severe learning disabilities, making his education all the tougher to accomplish. Unfortunately, this only led to further issues, as Isaiah dropped out of high school at the age of 16. It seemed that after this, the unruly teen's dangerous actions were beginning to manifest at home. During the course of the last year leading up to the horrendous crime, Janet and Rick had called the police 18 separate times on account of Isaiah's unpredictable nature. On one occasion, that in hindsight would foreshadow the events that followed, Isaiah threatened to kill his grandfather.
18 times is crazy. 18 times is crazy, bro. How you call the police 18 times and they still ain't locked bro up, bro? Like 18 times? They should have been got Brody up out of there. They should have put his ass somewhere. You get, bro. Let it be a black nigga, bro. They getting his ass in one call. One call, they gonna lock your ass up, nigga.
Father and hurt his grandmother, along with burning the house down. On September 8th, 2011, police once again made their way to the infamous house to try and stop the emerging incident. They instructed Isaiah to calm down, but instead of obeying the command, the angry teenager retaliated by going at his grandparents once more, before being handcuffed and placed on a couch. It's reported that once calm, Isaiah was informed that he would be charged if the officers had to return to the house. Numerous other encounters consisted of the same nature: violence, substance use, and threats. At one point, Isaiah was supposedly threatening Rick and Janet so much that they wanted him to be placed in foster care. But they were promptly notified that this wasn't an option, as Isaiah's mother would have to be the one to take him in, which the grandparents did not want. On April 11, 2012, the most recent call to the police was made due to the fact that the teenager was using a lighter and aerosol to make a blowtorch inside the house. When police arrived, Janet insisted that rather than arresting Isaiah, she simply wanted him under control. The officers helped to calm the situation before they left without incident. Another call to law enforcement occurred when the grandparents suspected that Isaiah had been using illegal substances, which was confirmed once a search discovered a marijuana pipe within the residence. Despite the history of police calls, Isaiah tells a very different story of this turbulent period in his life, and you'll hear it all for yourself.
I've tried to kill myself every single night since it happened.
Take your time, man.
It's possible that Isaiah is seeking attention or sympathy from the detective.
I just want to know what's wrong with me.
Well, would you agree that there's nothing wrong with you, Isaiah? Would you agree with me on that? From this standpoint, Isaiah, look at me, okay? Okay? I don't think that there's anything wrong with you.
I'm just going to prison for the rest of my life.
Well, Isaiah, let's not focus on that right now. Let's focus on getting past this thing right now as far as...
you know his ass finna get... This nigga's not finna see a light a day in his life ever again, bro. He knows that. The motherfucking detective was like, let's not focus on that right now. Bro, they finna lock your ass up. They finna put your ass away. Don't drop that soap, nigga. Don't drop that soap, nigga.
What happened, okay? If you can focus on those details with me, okay, we'll worry about all that other stuff later. Okay? You're a normal, smart kid, right? Okay, you're nodding your head at me, yes, all right? And I've spent the last 2 days with a bunch of our other agents. We've been talking to people that know you. I haven't heard one person that said, you know what, that guy's a moron. You're a smart guy. Okay, would you agree with me? Oh, we've talked to all your friends, okay? People that used to know you from school, okay? And Isaiah, the story that they're telling us is that you're a pretty smart kid. Would you agree?
Really intelligent.
Yeah.
Why they lying to that nigga, bro? Why they lying to that nigga? They know they was cooking that nigga, bro. They know they checking that nigga, bro. Nobody said that nigga was smart. You said that nigga was smart, bro. Ain't nobody said that nigga was smart. Stop lying to that nigga, bro. Crazy.
Okay, so I don't think that there's anything
I took an
wrong.
ACT preset stick out of 32.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. But you agree with me there's nothing wrong with you, right?
Just whatever came over me other
Sure.
than that, though.
Okay.
The detective may be trying to confirm that there is nothing wrong with Isaiah that could potentially indicate that he was not in his right mind when he committed the murders. At the same time, it's possible that he's flattering Isaiah about his intelligence as a way to build rapport.
Let me ask you about this. I think you mentioned that you went downstairs into the basement. Which did you go for first? Did you go for the rifle or did you go for the ammunition? Walk me through that.
Okay. When I went downstairs, first, I was just going to hit them both in the head with a bat.
Okay.
So it wouldn't be so messy, you know, it wouldn't be gunshot from an extremely loud assault rifle.
Sure. What's going through your mind when you're making that choice?
When I came up right behind my grandpa when he was washing dishes with a bat in my hand. I put it right behind his head. Came back like this and I couldn't do it.
That night?
Yeah.
Okay, did he notice you were back
Nope.
there?
And I came up behind him about 15 different times and he didn't notice me once.
What about your grandma?
Nope.
Emotionally, it would be much more difficult to kill someone with an object like a bat or knife. It would most likely take numerous strikes to actually kill the victim, so the perpetrator would see their facial expressions and reactions.
Wait, he was waiting on him?
Came back, washing dishes.
And when you're making that choice.
When I came up right behind my grandpa when he was washing dishes with a bat in my hand. I put it right behind his head. Came back like this and I couldn't do it.
That night?
Yeah.
Okay, did he notice you were back
Nope.
there?
And I came up behind him about 15 different times and he didn't notice me.
This nigga attempted 15 different times? Nah, bro. I know, bro, there's no way he didn't notice you. Because there's no way he didn't feel no pressure. He didn't feel your spiritual pressure against this nigga with the damn bat. About to swing his head off. This nigga's a horrible human. 15 times is crazy. 15 times is crazy. This nigga's a horrible human. Yeah. They got something for you, boy. Yep.
Once.
What about your grandma?
Nope.
Emotionally, it would be much more difficult to kill someone with an object like a bat or knife. It would most likely take numerous strikes to actually kill the victim, so the perpetrator would see their facial expressions and reactions as they were attacked. This may have been part of the reason why Isaiah chose a murder weapon that would almost guarantee a quick finish. It also creates physical distance between the perpetrator and the victim, making it easier to carry out the act.
Okay, where was Grandma at?
She was out in the room.
What was she doing? She was sleeping. Okay.
The gunshot woke her up.
Okay. The gunshot when you shot your grandpa?
She didn't know what to do. She looked over at her husband. His brain was hanging out of his head. Like, I'm not even being exaggerative at all.
Sure, and I wasn't up there.
Like, this whole part of his head right here was gone. And then my grandma's right here, all that was gone.
Okay. Did when you, and we're kind of getting away from that. I know we're going to do that. Okay. Go ahead and take a bite of your sandwich. It'll kind of help calm you down a little bit too. When you went down to go get, you went and got the ammo first, right? Or you went and
got the gun. Okay, this was after I had get out with the bat.
Okay.
Got the assault rifle, brought it down in the basement, got in the ammo box, it's in the basement. There's over 30,000 rounds for that assault rifle in there.
Does he keep his ammo down there? So you knew his ammunition was downstairs. Yep. Okay. Does he keep it under lock and key or?
Nope.
Okay. So you knew that you have free access to it. Okay. And so what did you do next?
Got the hollow point rounds because I knew they'd do the most damage.
When asked by the detective why he chose the hollow points, Isaiah states that he didn't want his grandparents to go through any pain, indicating that he didn't intend to injure or maim them, but in fact, clearly wanted them to die.
So you knew that the solid ones, they might have lived through those.
Yep.
Okay. And you didn't want that.
Yeah. But what shot my grandpa, he just dropped. And I heard blood just pouring out of his head. My grandma looks over and she's like, "What's going on?" Boom. Shot right there, grazed her head.
No, the way the nigga said that shit, dog. Okay, this nigga's a terrible. This nigga said, okay, he said that he got the hollow ones. Or whatever bullets he got. Heavy as fuck. He wanted them to die. He didn't want them to go through no pain. But he wanted them niggas to die. He was like, y'all gotta go today. That's what I'm saying. Bro had free access to everything. He's talking about his loadout, everything. Bro, there's no way. 30,000 ammo. How do you know that? How do you know that? This nigga is talking about like he killing them, like he killed somebody in a card game. Exactly. That's how you know he fucked up. That he just like okay, I don't think he's an idiot. I think he's trying to like manipulate and try to make motherfucker feel bad, so he can get this shit about the way, so he can get a, you know what I'm saying. But he is dumb, but at the same time, I see what he's trying to do.
And she was still moving, so I shot her right here through her head.
How close were you, Isaiah?
I could have made the shot from 300 yards. I'm an amazing shot, but I was probably only 10, 15 feet away. If that.
Okay.
Well, honestly, from the barrel of the gun to my grandpa's head, 6, 8 feet.
Next, the detective asks Isaiah why he wasn't able to go through with using the bat as the murder weapon.
Why'd you stop? Why didn't you use the bat?
Bring myself to put them through any sort of pain.
Okay. And I think you mentioned it would have been too messy too, right?
No, I didn't want it to be messy.
Okay.
That's why I wanted to do it with a bat.
Okay. Did you think the bat would be a cleaner way to kill him?
Cleaner.
Okay. Had you done any research on the internet about this, or?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What kind of websites did you go to?
Let's put it like this. I was typing in best ways to kill somebody and all this And if I would have waited one more day, I would have killed him the cleanest way possible.
Which is what?
Nicotine poisoning.
What? What? This nigga could not be serious, bro. You gotta be shitting me, bro. You gotta be shitting me, bro. There's no way. This nigga said he looked up how to kill a person, and he said if he waited one more day, I would have killed them in the cleanest way with nicotine poisoning. Yeah, buddy gotta get up off the way, bro. He ain't real. He's not real.
And Isaiah, you understand that these are your grandparents. You know that they're human beings, they're people, right?
Yeah.
You're nodding your head at me, yeah. Okay. Is there any particular time why you only shot Grandpa once?
Because I heard blood pouring out of his head like
so you
a
knew
fire hydrant.
You knew he was dead?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And why the 2 shots with Grandma?
She moved right after I shot her.
Okay. Did she look at you? Or did she say anything after you shot her?
She twitched. And I thought maybe, it's probably just the twitch they get after they die, where they just excreate on themselves.
Sure. Yep, I know what you're talking about.
I just wanted to make sure, because she was the only one that I actually cared about.
Okay. You think you were closer to your grandma than your grandpa? How long have you been living with them?
Since I was 4.
Okay.
Honestly, I wish I would have shot myself that night.
How come?
Because they didn't deserve it, and I did.
When it's over, okay, and you know that did you check to see if they had a pulse? Did you check them at all?
My grandma's whole side of her face was blown off, and so it's his. So his brain was on the coffee table.
But you didn't go over and just to double check.
I kissed both of them and then packed my left.
Okay, why'd you kiss them?
Because I love them.
Kissing his grandparents after killing them could be an indication that Isaiah may have had some sort of emotional response after all. But at the same time, he may be lying, as he would have likely gotten blood on his face or clothes, and he made no mention of changing before packing his bag and leaving. If he is lying, he may be trying to present himself to the detective as remorseful or caring. Furthering this, Isaiah then states that after he had committed the unthinkable acts, he prayed for forgiveness.
Did you pray for forgiveness because you knew what you did was wrong?
Right away, I just did. Right away, I wanted to take it back. I don't know why I did
it. After that, you said you packed your stuff and then you left. How much time did you spend in the house after they were shot?
Half an hour.
Okay.
Drove straight to Cedar Rapids. Met up with my ex-girlfriend. Then I threw the assault rifle out on 13.
Okay. On Highway 13, or?
Didn't see it on the way back, so.
Okay.
I figure if someone sees a really nice gun laying on the side,
they'll probably pick it up. Okay.
I'm surprised the police didn't find it for me.
Okay. Well, and we'll talk about that too. Okay.
This signals that the detective may already have knowledge regarding the murder weapon, and the police might even have it in their possession.
As you're getting stuff ready in the house, did you pick up any stuff? Take anything out?
pissing me off too, bro. Like, nah, because oh my fucking gosh, bro. This nigga, oh Lord. I hope God smite this nigga in the worst way possible. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. Of course he thinks that shit is going right. He's a fucking idiot.
This is the first time that there is a long pause prior to Isaiah responding. Long pauses are often associated with deception, especially if it's not typical of the person's speech patterns. When he finally gathers his thoughts, Isaiah states that he took his TV, knives, hydrocodone pills, and $9 from his grandparents after killing them. He goes on to describe what he did following the crime, which shockingly consisted of going to numerous parties with friends.
Are you wearing the same clothes that you were wearing Friday night?
Yes, sir.
So these are the same clothes that
Yes, sir.
you
The
shot
cops took
Grandpa
all
and
my
Grandma?
clothes. That's in the impound.
Okay, are these the clothes that you were wearing when you shot your Grandpa and Grandma?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is there...
So this nigga didn't even want to change. Oh, see, that's where the lies come in. Because you remember, the nigga said he packed his shit. He packed his clothes and everything. So why are you still wearing the same clothes that you shot your grandparents in? Wouldn't it not been, you know what I'm saying, logical to change your clothes? You would have changed your clothes. You wouldn't have never wore the... like I said, I think that nigga lying. That nigga lying. He gotta be lying. That nigga is lying. He's lying. Look at this nigga. He's lying.
Is there any blood on him?
From my finger.
Okay, what happened to your finger? Oh, from that. But I mean from your...
Oh, actually, I was wearing sweatpants and no shirt when I shot him.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to get blood on these jeans or the shirt.
Because they're nice jeans.
There's no blood on anything. I made sure I didn't get any sort of DNA from either of them on me.
Okay.
This is a direct contradiction to his previous confession of kissing his grandparents after having shot them. If his claim of not wanting to get any blood or DNA on him is true, then he probably wouldn't have physically touched the victims.
Where did the blood go when you shot him?
Everywhere. Like, blood. Everywhere. Chunks of... Like, the house is massive. And there was, like, points where it's like, here's the couch.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, let's go to the kitchen 15 feet away, and there's a chunk of this big laying in there.
Can you go look at it?
Yeah.
What did you think?
I picked it up and I looked at it, and I could see it was from my grandma.
Didn't that freak you out a little bit? Kinda?
I was like, oh, well, I'm a psychotic murderer anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
But you're not psychotic. I know you're not psychotic.
People often think that any murderer is psychotic, when in actuality, psychotic refers to a specific set of symptoms which may or may not be present in a killer. Psychotic generally refers to psychosis, which involves someone losing touch with reality. A person with psychosis may have hallucinations or delusions and is unable to distinguish between real life and the world inside their head. Isaiah hasn't reported any symptoms of psychosis, and he appears to be well aware of what he did, both at the time of the murders and now. The detective likely wants to put on record that Isaiah understands he was not psychotic when he killed his grandparents, so that it can be presented as evidence when the case goes to court.
I feel really good about myself being so compliant, though.
You should. I mean, and here's one of the things too, Isaiah. And I want to make sure that this is abundantly clear. Is that I know that.
And this nigga is so dumb. This nigga think just because he's complying with the law, you finna get away? No, nigga. That's not how it works. That is not how it works. They finna fuck you in the worst way possible. They already got you on clip. They already clipped your shit. They got evidence. You admitted to it. You're finna be locked up for life. That's why they say, you know what? That's why they say Don't say anything until you get a lawyer. But guess what? He don't got no money. Nigga, he stole $9 after killing his fucking grandparents, bro. $9, that's it? That's how much you taking? You ain't take no cards, no credit cards, no nothing. I know they got more money than $9, bro. Let's be for real. They got more money than $9. They probably got some 20, some hundreds. And you want to take $9? That's how you know this nigga stupid. He deserved no. You know what he deserved, bro? He deserved to you remember all that American shit Quay showed us with that dude in prison, bro. That's what he deserved. Oh, okay, hold on. American X, yes, bro. Get that. Yes, you need to get that treatment, bro. You need to get that American X treatment. Okay, so basically, right, I'm gonna recap it for you, Keaton. So basically, what's going on is that the dude killed his grandparents. What reason? I don't know. Right? But he attempted to try to kill his grandfather 15 times. 50 times with a bat, but you know, it wasn't working. He said he didn't want it to be messy or some shit like that. He didn't want it to be messy. He didn't want it to be messy. So he shot them with the rifle. He put 10 bullets in them bitches and shot them niggas on their couch. No scope. No scope. Nigga no scope them. On their couch. Well, not on the couch. Okay, so he killed his grandfather. Dude said that he killed him. Dude he knew he was dead because blood was just gushing out, brain damn near on the floor. And he killed his grandma. She was twitching. She was twitching, and he shot her again to make sure she was dead. I'm a horrible recapper, bro. But like, it's fine, cause all this shit is gonna be on my YouTube, bro. It's gonna be on my YouTube, bro. It's gonna be on my YouTube, bro.
As we talk through these things, don't embellish anything with me. Okay? You gotta shoot me straight. Okay? Yes, I need to know, okay, who was over at the house, who you talked to, and it's not you snitching. You know what that is? It's you telling me the truth.
Are they gonna get arrested?
I have no control over whether or not they're gonna be arrested.
Here, let's put it like this. There was one more gun, and I took that, but I didn't use it.
What gun was that?
Sawn off 12 gauge.
Okay. What'd you do with that?
Sold it.
Okay.
And then I gave the assault rifle to Brandon Allers, gave the TV to Brandon Allers.
So you didn't throw it? You didn't throw away the gun? Okay.
And they transported it out of town right away.
Okay. How come they transported it out of town?
Okay, they didn't want hot guns.
Did you tell them it was hot?
They knew I'd killed my grandparents. They came in the house right after it happened.
And why would Brandon be going over to your house on Sunday?
He wanted to steal the truck. The white truck.
Okay.
He wanted that white truck.
Did he talk to you about that?
Yep.
How did he talk to you about it?
He wanted to know where the title was. He wanted to know where everything was. Where it was my ass.
Okay. And did he tell you that... I mean, had you told him that you'd killed your grandparents? Okay. And what did he say?
He was the one who gave me the nicotine poisoning suggestion.
I thought you said you got that over the internet.
Nope. That was him.
It's possible that rather than protecting other people as he claimed, he left this part out of the story for
This nigga. I mean, but like, he don't got nobody. But like, think about it. Like, even if he do snitch, who, like, it's not like he got no family left. It's not like he got no family left. So, like, if he snitched, oh well, that nigga finna get locked up too. They finna throw both of their ass in our bunkers together. He finna be fucking his ass. Shit is nuts, bro. Niggas snitching like crazy. These niggas snitched off rip. He didn't hold nothing back, bro. He gave that nigga the information. And you know who he remind me of, bro? Hold on. You can't tell me he don't mind doing this nigga, bro.
Put up to the McDonald's on 7 Mile at 3:35. Ordered 3 number 5s with the large fry, bitch. Got the water cup, but I put Sprite in that bitch. Ha. Then I see the ops outside, it's time to slide. Put up with the fucking 4-5. Shot him in the spine 3 more times. Then I shot him in the head, he was dead. Then I dumped his body in the dumpster at the back of the McDonald's. But it wasn't the big dumpster, it was the little one facing the Walgreens. Getaway driver, his name was Kawhi Leonard, Danny Green. In a 2015 Cadillac with the license plate R25374, Michigan place with expired tags. Hit him with the bag, fill it with the mag. Then we did the race, hopped on I-75 with the pape. But hold up, first we gotta hit a lick on a T-Mobile store real quick. Get the burner phones, beat the fuck out the store owner. His name was Kareem Habala Abdul Rahim. Push him in the spleen, then we left the scene, bitch. But you ain't.
No, this shit's stupid, bro. This shit's so fucking dumb, bro. Nigga snitching on that nigga like crazy.
he claimed. He left this part.
He snitching on that nigga crazy. I know that nigga just like I know this nigga's not snitching on me. That's what happens when you deal with idiots.
He may have known that there was no explanation for people being in the house after the murders that would fit with his narrative to the detective about how he was immediately remorseful.
If somebody told you what to do, I need to know that. If you found on the internet, I need to know that. But don't mix those two up, okay? You gotta shoot straight with me.
He told me about all this, and I looked it up on the internet.
Okay, when did he tell you about that?
Same day, Friday.
On Friday?
Yep.
What did you tell him?
I told him I just planned on killing him, taking some, leaving. He was like, "You're gonna give me that assault rifle and that sawn off."
Isaiah tells the detective that immediately after shooting his grandparents, he went to pick up Damien, a friend of his, before supposedly bringing him to the crime scene. That fact that Isaiah brought his friend over to the house after committing the brutal act is disturbing to say the least. Isaiah now tells the detective that he took a sawed-off shotgun, a knife, the rifle, the truck, all of his toiletries, the TV, and some clothes from the house. Afterward, he drove Damien back to the house of their friend, Brandon's girlfriends. Then another detective enters the room with food for Isaiah before the two...
Bro, they giving this nigga food, bro. They making sure this nigga's snitching. This nigga's eating good. Nigga, it's them Hardee's? Oh, hell no, bro. You not making me snitch with no damn Hardee's, bro. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to give me something else, bro. You're gonna have to give me some McDonald's. You're gonna have to give me something else, bro. Some McDonald's or some Chick-fil-A or something. There's no way you making me snitch with some Hardee's. That probably might be Arby's. It's either Arby's or Hardee's. Whichever one is fucking ass. Why would you give me Hardee's? I've never seen a Hardee's burger ever. Only thing I've ever seen is their fucking breakfast. That's it. I've never seen a Hardee's burger.
Make small talk.
Well, honestly, I broke my phone in half a couple nights ago because Dalton calls me and he's like, "You killed your grandparents." And I was like, "Nope, never happened." You know, just denied it all because one of my friends calling. I thought he was just with me, and then this girl sends me a picture of News Squad and a bunch of cops in front of my house. So I snapped my phone in half.
As they talk, Isaiah mentions something particularly tragic.
My mom doesn't even know what's going on right now. Kind of worried about that, but
Sure.
oh well.
That's understandable. It's your mom.
Yeah.
When was
She
the last
doesn't even
time
know
you
her
talked to
parents
her?
are dead.
Oh, she doesn't know at all?
No, she doesn't know her parents are dead.
When was the last time you talked to her?
Probably 2-3 hours before I snapped my phone, I called her.
Okay.
She was pretty much the only person I didn't tell the real story to.
Okay.
I told her I was on the run. And a few of my friends, I was like, oh, I sold the truck and just left.
Sure.
A couple of them, oh, I killed my grandparents. Oh, let me come over to the house and loot.
Isaiah's stories seem to be rather jumbled, but this could be out of anxiety from the interrogation, or the fact that he knows he is caught and there's no way out at this point. When the first detective enters the room again, he begins to question Isaiah's tale regarding his apprehension.
Why you run from the cops? What were you afraid of?
One of my friends in CR told me that they were going to handle me extremely roughly because I did what I did.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to get tased or...
Sure.
I just wanted to get shot.
Why do you want to get shot?
So then I wouldn't have to...
Okay. Why didn't you want to kill yourself?
Because it was too damn hard. It just didn't work, ever.
Just didn't work.
Never works.
Okay.
I just think God wants me here for some damn reason.
Okay. Why do you think...
One way to kill yourself, this is how you kill yourself, right? You're going to make some Kool-Aid. You're going to put poison in that bitch. But make sure the Kool-Aid, you can taste the Kool-Aid, but you don't taste the poison. Because you can mix poison in some Kool-Aid, and guess what? You can drink that shit. And you won't know it's poison in that bitch. Guess what? Guess what? Your ass knocked the fuck out. You ain't waking up. You're not waking back up. Do with that information what you will.
Then it was okay to shoot your grandparents, but not yourself? I mean, that's a tough question to ask, right?
Yeah.
I know it's a sign.
It wasn't okay.
It wasn't okay, was it?
However, his claim about wanting to get shot is incongruent with his behavior of coming forward with his hands up when he was surrounded by police. Isaiah may be once again looking for sympathy from the detective by saying that he wanted them to kill him. Despite Isaiah's confession of his actions before, during, and after the shootings, he still has yet to state exactly why he killed his grandparents.
Did you look outside to see if any of the neighbors
Oh,
lights?
yeah.
Okay, how come? Well, I mean, why'd you look outside?
Because I wanted... Well, I took a shower and packed everything up. I wanted to make sure no neighbors would like, call the cops, holy shit.
Did you watch? I mean, did you check yourself for... Did you see if you got any blood on you or anything?
I had nothing on me.
Nothing? I mean, did you look yourself in the mirror?
I was far enough away to a point where nothing... Like, all the stuff they all went that way, and I was this way.
Okay.
I mean, there's probably some traces of guts and brains on my feet because I kept stepping on people, and it was really gross.
What were you... I mean, were you barefoot when you shot him? Mm-hmm. Okay. And you haven't washed your feet or anything since then? Okay.
Well, no, I did take a shower at my therapist. Scratch that.
This negates Isaiah's previous statement that he took a shower at his house immediately after the shooting, and is yet another hiccup in his story. He goes on to explain how his therapist, Candace, is his aggression replacement therapy teacher, and is one of the few responsible adults in his life, if not the only one. Later, however, exactly how Isaiah arrived at her home following the crime will be uncovered, and it only goes to show that wherever Isaiah was, trouble wasn't too far behind.
What's aggression replacement treatment?
How not to do stupid.
He's not a fucking demon. He's a fucking idiot. Look at this nigga, bro. He still ain't took a bite out of that damn burger. He's not a demon. He's a dumbass. Look at this man. Look at him. You can't tell me he's a demon. No.
Stupid shit that gets people besides me hurt. Like
Okay.
how not to hurt people around you.
Okay.
I'd passed the class the week this happened.
You've been doing pretty good in the class? Good. Okay.
Isaiah states that he took the right...
I thought you meant it was like, oh yeah, like, yeah. Bro.
Rifle, 12
He
gauge
really is-
shotgun, and TV to Brandon's apartment in Cambridge, where the friend was allegedly going to buy the guns. Supposedly, Isaiah was never compensated. As a result of Brandon's involvement, Isaiah has some concerns.
I know they're probably going to be in jail for a while for this. Are they going to go to the same building as me?
I have no idea.
Because that's what I'm really, really worried about.
I have no idea. I saw Brandon earlier.
Really?
Yeah, I told you we were talking to your friends.
What'd you ask? What'd you talk to them about?
We were trying to find you.
Where
Trying
did
to
they say
find
I
out
was?
where you were at. They didn't know where you were at. So, did they know where you were at
Oh, yeah.
the whole time?
Oh, yeah. I was in contact with them every single day.
Okay, with what?
My phone.
The detective informs Isaiah that he is well aware that the teenager's
nigga's
cell
an
phone had
idiot.
abruptly been shut off during the course of events on Sunday, May 13th.
Gosh.
But he wants to hear from Isaiah just
This nigga say he snapped his phone. Now he's saying, oh, he talked to them every day. Every day he talked to them every day. With a phone. With the phone. Bro. I don't think you understand. He's okay. He did some drugs or some shit that fucked up with his learning ability or whatever. So he been like actually just like made him basically it made him fucking retarded. It made him slow. That was basically what it did. That's basically what fucking happened, bro. If I was in this situation, I pray to God y'all niggas better not. Cause I wouldn't snitch on y'all niggas. I wouldn't snitch on y'all niggas either. Honest, I wouldn't snitch on y'all niggas. But if they had that lie detector, it's raps. It's raps. But I doubt it though. I doubt that they still do lie detectors and shit like that. I doubt that they do lie detectors. But I would never snitch on him, you know what I'm saying? But this nigga, he's so serious.
how that came to happen.
One of my friends sent me a picture of the crime scene and told me I killed my grandparents, so I snapped my phone in half so they can trace it.
Okay.
I'm
So
not
how
a
did
stupid
you-
person.
I know you're not. I know you're not.
I'm a
Steve.
very smart criminal.
Oh, you are.
I've got a criminal mind.
Okay.
I do.
This is likely a sign of narcissism, as Isaiah may see himself as superior and more clever than other people. And once again, the detective portrays a sense of admiration, which is likely to play into Isaiah's narcissism and keep him talking.
Built that way.
I've got it in everything, man.
So when you say you're talking to these guys, when you're kind of on the run, before you broke your phone, are you texting them? Are you communicating with them on Facebook? What are you doing?
Texting, calling.
Okay. You got any access to the internet on your
Nope.
phone?
It was a flip phone. I was tweeting a storm up, though, and I think I updated my Facebook status a couple times through, like, you can text it to Facebook.
Oh, okay. What were you updating on your Facebook?
I don't know what was on Facebook, but I know I was tweeting a bunch of random. This old black dude said that was really high, and I thought it was hilarious.
Isaiah did in fact contact his friends following the murders, even confessing to one of them his additional crime of theft, texting a stolen Chevy Avalanche. Sham. His friend's response, a simple LOL, followed by Isaiah's chilling return, I'm nuts. Along with this, Isaiah began to post alarming statements on Twitter, starting on May 11th, the same day of the murders. Isaiah stated, "No excuses, no apologies," followed by, "I'm dying," but his next quote was even more horrifying, as it was posted around the same time as the violent shooting was committed. At 12:10 a.m. on Saturday, May 12th, he wrote, "Time to live my life." The detective switches gears by inquiring about Isaiah's run-in with law enforcement on the early morning of Sunday, May 13th. You'll recall that
This gotta be the most stupidest nigga I ever. This nigga is so. No excuses, no apologies. I'm dying. Time to live my life. Man, my phone is about big as hell right now.
Life. The early morning of Sunday, May 13th. You'll recall that this was the day Rick and Janet's bodies were found, 2 days after they were shot. Apparently, Isaiah had been driving 2 girls around Iowa City in the previous hours, making several appearances at nearby parties. As the night was coming to a close, they stopped at the Fast Break convenience store located on Naples Avenue, and someone in the group allegedly tried to open the locked doors of the business, thereby issuing an alarm trigger. When police arrived, Isaiah and his passenger supposedly denied any involvement, but police would later claim they were indeed lying. Not only that, but Isaiah failed to provide a valid license, as his was previously suspended for an unknown reason. In an attempt to cooperate, the passengers allegedly notified the officers that Isaiah was hiding drugs in a duffel bag within the vehicle, along with a hunting knife. But Isaiah denied permission for law enforcement to search his truck, and instead told them that he had various drugs stashed away. Isaiah was quickly taken into police custody, where it was discovered that he launched another string of abnormal tweets. At 6 a.m. on Sunday, May 13th, he posted, "Damn, can't wait to get out of the cop shop. Hashtag 6 unnecessary hours." Numerous others are too explicit to read, but nonetheless, Isaiah was not afraid to say what was on his mind. As he tweeted away on his phone at the police station, officers notified Isaiah that he could only be released upon the authorization of a legal guardian, since he was underage. The teenager swiftly realized that this was a massive issue, as his 2 legal guardians were, thanks to his doing, no longer alive. According to him, he lied and told law enforcement that his grandparents had been in Minnesota on a fishing trip and had limited cell phone service, but they would be able to get in contact with his mother. Sure enough, Stacy allowed Isaiah to be released and handed over to his therapist Candace, where Isaiah supposedly ate sausage, eggs, and hash browns and took a shower. Not too long after his short-term stay at her house, Candace seemed to find a shocking object within her residence and thought that it may have belonged to her patient, Isaiah. Immediately, she contacted the local authorities without his knowledge.
Let me ask you this, is we got a call from her today. Is there any reason that there was a .40 caliber round that was found up there?
Mm-mm.
Nothing? Did you have a handgun on you at all?
No, sir.
No .40 caliber
You
rounds?
can lie detect me for that. No,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, so .40 caliber round that would have been found up there.
Where was it found?
In her house.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
No, sir.
Not from you?
No, sir.
Okay. You're sure?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Although the .40 caliber round was identified at Candace's home, it has never been confirmed as to who it belonged to. Isaiah states that his stay at his therapist's house lasted a mere hour and a half before she supposedly drove him back to the Cambridge apartments, where he met up with a girl named Alicia.
Did anybody even try to go to my phone records?
That's one of the things that we commonly do, is we try and get phone records. Yep.
And if you have murder charges or something, felony like that, you can get phone records like that.
But how do you know that?
I know everything.
I know, but how do you know that? I mean, you researching it?
I know a little bit of everything about everything, honestly. You learn something new every day.
Sure.
Isaiah appears to possess several narcissistic traits, such as being egotistical and having a grandiose sense of self. He views himself as a very smart criminal, which is incredibly ironic given that he was arrested so soon after the crime and is currently being interrogated.
Let me look back at my notes here and make sure I'm not missing anything.
If you want, I can look through them and tell you if you missed anything.
I bet you could.
It's possible that Isaiah is once again implying that he thinks he's smarter than the detective and could more easily find any mistakes. He's also likely very curious about what the detective has been writing down about him. But of course, the detective does not allow this to happen.
So who all do you think you've told about this?
Brandon? You told everyone.
Before? Or afterwards?
I don't know when he started texting people, but
Okay.
I got so many goddamn phone calls about, oh, did you kill your grandparents? I heard you killed your grandparents.
Get a little out of hand after a while.
Oh, I started freaking out on people.
When they took you into custody down there and they finally got you, did you say you were proud of what you did?
It could be a red flag for deception that Isaiah's way of responding has changed from talking at a normal volume to suddenly shaking his head rapidly and responding quite softly.
Okay, we heard that you said, hey, I'm proud of what I did and, I got what's coming to me.
No, what I said when I got out of the car is I thanked them for apprehending me.
Okay.
And that they did their jobs right, and I thanked them for not tasing me and letting the dog eat me.
Okay. Somebody had told us that you'd... And not that this...
Somebody must have heard me wrong.
Okay.
I actually did thank them and told them I respect them a lot for what they did.
Okay. And did you say, hey, dude, I know
and
what I got
told them
coming.
I deserved what I deserve what I got coming to me.
Okay.
Thanked them for apprehending me.
Because you understand what you did
with
your grandparents. Mm-hmm. Okay. And it wasn't anybody else that did it. It was you.
Yep.
Right? There was nobody else in that house with you. Okay.
The detective has been concealing a rather large piece of information that goes to show that the killer teen had not been completely honest so far.
Essentially at the end of the day, and I was going to show you a picture of the gun. Would that be the gun? Kind of a dark picture.
Yes, it is. How'd you know?
I know lots of things. Is that the gun that you used?
Yes.
Okay.
You guys have this gun, don't you?
Mm-hmm. How? And you said earlier that you're pretty smart. We're pretty smart at what we do.
Obviously.
We do good work.
Oh, you traced my phone calls and my text messages and figured out Brandon had it.
We ended up with the gun.
That's what counts.
Prior to the shooting, Brandon had offered advice to Isaiah on how to use the rifle, which ultimately ended the lives of Janet and Rick. Additionally, the pair discussed other ways to kill the victims. The morning of May 13th, Isaiah told Brandon that he could break into his grandparents' home and take whatever he wanted. When Brandon arrived, he snuck into the home, but supposedly left in a hurry and didn't notify the local authorities as he was allegedly nervous about the situation. Brandon eventually sold the rifle to another friend, but the gun was turned over to the police once the bodies were discovered. Still, the question of why has yet to be answered, but as Isaiah reveals what drove him to commit the ultimate crime, he loses all control.
I don't know what built up in me. I just had so much stress.
Like what?
My grandma was dying of cancer. My grandpa called me a piece of shit every night of my life and every day. He constantly told me to just kill myself or fall off the earth. They treated me like... I tried so hard to help my grandma with everything. But my grandpa made everything so hard because he'd always stress me out, scream at me for no reason. And I didn't know what to do anymore, so I just snapped. Shot both of them and stole the truck.
Okay.
If Isaiah's claims are true, this type of long-term verbal and emotional abuse from his grandpa would have been extremely damaging. However, it's important to keep in mind that he could be lying in order to provide a justification for his actions. After all, he doesn't say that his grandma was abusive, and he still killed her as well. We also cannot verify any of these claims.
What did she, and why did you shoot Grandpa first?
I hate it.
Why?
He's made my life a living hell.
Okay. How long had you been thinking about doing that?
That one day.
That one day?
That one day.
Okay. Nothing before, because...
Well, I had thought, but I never really made a plan.
Okay, when you say I thought, what kind of things are you thinking?
I wanted to kill my grandpa, but I never wanted to hurt my grandma.
Yeah.
It's just, I could have just left her there. Just did it.
Isaiah's legs are shaking, possibly from the anxiety of being questioned or reliving the trauma of committing a violent crime. If he had previously been a danger to himself as he claims, this could also be the cause of his notable trepidation.
Okay, and did he see it
He
coming?
didn't even notice.
I mean, where was he
He was so
looking?
drunk and high on his oxycontin and hydrocodone,
Okay.
he didn't even know where.
Let me do this if I can. If you're stand up real quick.
Yes, sir.
If I'm your grandpa sitting over on the couch like here, are we this close?
He was sitting like this,
Okay.
kind of down like that. I was right about here on the stairs.
Okay. So is he
There's
hunched
no
over? Is he
way.
asleep?
Yeah, no, he's just out of
Just
it
like
on his
this.
drugs.
So
Yeah, he was
looking
hunched
like
over
this.
like. Well, I was on the 4th or 5th stair down at first, so I could see his hair from there. When I took the first shot, I took one step up, a stair up, so I could see his whole head shot.
Where the
And then-
first shot hit him?
First shot straight through his head,
Right here.
right temple.
Okay. Right temple?
No, like right in the temple.
Oh, right in the temple. Okay. And what'd he do?
Smacked his face off the coffee table.
Okay. So when you're coming up the stairs, did you kind of sneak up the stairs a little bit? How
I was
come?
like,
How come?
I didn't want him to hear me.
Okay. Okay.
And then, like, as soon as
And where's Grandma?
I took this step right here, Grandma would be like 3 feet to the side
That
of you.
way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and I stepped up the first stair, took the shot, stepped up the second stair, took 2 more shots.
Hey, Grandma.
By demonstrating how the killings occurred, the detective is solidifying the fact that this shooting was not in self-defense or in any way provoked by his grandparents.
Grandma treated me terribly. Nobody would ever believe it. He's assaulted me before. He's done so many different things wrong to me.
Okay. But he didn't do anything to you that night.
And it's just, I could never report any of it because my grandma would always vouch for him and make me look like the bad one. Like, he'd smoke pot with me, and I'd tell it to the cops, and he'd just be like, nope, never happened.
Notice that Isaiah's hands are palm up as he talks, which is known as the rogatory position. When someone holds their hands in this way, they may be pleading with the other person to believe what they're saying. The rogatory position indicates low confidence, so if someone makes a statement that they know for a fact is true, their body language should reflect high confidence.
When I got busted for paraphernalia, when I got put on probation, that was his fight. I tried so many times to tell the cops that, but they were like, it's in your room, and I was just like, it was his though.
The detective handles a question raised by Isaiah that is sure to come as a complete surprise.
Has their funerals been held yet?
No, I don't think they have, Isaiah. I don't know. I haven't heard.
Would there be
anything
any
about the
way I'd be
funerals.
able to go to them?
That I couldn't tell you. And I'll tell you, since you're shooting straight with me, I doubt it. Okay. I don't know. I don't make that call.
Well, I don't want my family to kill me anyways.
Okay.
Although we are able to hear from Isaiah throughout the interrogation, he spoke with us in an exclusive, never-before-heard interview where he expanded on the alleged abuse and gave us a deeper look into what he now believes led to that fateful day.
There wasn't any, like, in my head, there wasn't any make it to 18. I've gotten shot twice before I was 17. I didn't think I was going to be around that long. That wasn't a thought. I had no regard for my life whatsoever. Everything I did was so obviously a cry for help that it didn't make sense. And nothing good happened. Nobody tried to help, nothing. So in my head, I was like, all right, I'm on my own, so I'm just going to, I don't know, like, what do I do? And then once I'm on house arrest, like, you can't even get away from the problem at this point. So how do you eliminate the problem? Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that other people failing me throughout my life is the reason I did it. At the end of the day, I'm the reason I did it. I chose to do what I did. But a lot of things could have happened if I would have had options.
Isaiah explains the alleged abuse that he endured at the hands of Rick and Janet.
We had those kind of interactions where I'm like, hey, like they'd call the cops, and I'd be like, he literally just hit me, and I defended myself. What am I supposed to do? Or, like,
I guess
he had a bunch of plants in the backyard,
and
they knew about it. And they were like, oh, that's just ditchweed. Just leave that alone. They just pulled the plants and left them alone. And there was a few occasions where I was like, okay, he assaulted me, like literally. And my grandma would be like, nope, didn't happen that way. He hit him first. And they'd be like, well, if you press charges, you're both going to go to jail because they both say that you did it first. And it's their word against yours. No one's going to listen to a dumb kid. Who cares about the kid, right? Doesn't matter if a 15-year-old's getting his ass kicked. That's irrelevant.
His claims about his feelings toward his grandmother seem to be ever-changing. During this particular account, it seems he's placing at least some of the blame on her, which is in contrast to his statements during his interrogation.
I wanted to kill my grandpa, but I never wanted to hurt my grandma.
She was a mega enabler, and the verbal abuse and the emotional abuse was from her. She was the one that was doing a lot of the screaming, and like she'd always back him up. And like, great example, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna leave. And she's like, I wish you would have just ended up yourself and making it work. It would have been a lot easier on us. Like she'd say shit like that.
Well, I don't want to just tell my story because it'll help me get out. Because obviously I know that. That's one of the first thoughts. But the first thought, the initial thought is this could help a lot of kids. Like if some kid that's 16 years old is getting his ass beat, hears me talk about it and how it feels to be alone, and it helps them, and they actually go and talk to somebody about it, then that's worth telling my story. That's worth reliving all the points. Like the biggest thing I want to do with my life, I want to be an advocate for at-risk youth, because I feel like if somebody would have just talked to me and really understood what I was going through and been like, hey, I get that, like, but you're okay, like you're not by yourself, I think that probably would have changed a lot, because the hardest part about it was feeling like I was alone.
Today, Isaiah has seemingly found a new path, even accomplishing some rehabilitation.
But my thing about this is like, they have no proof of him being abused. So how can they believe him if they have no proof? Because he could be lying. For all we know. For all we know, he could be possibly lying. How we know he telling the truth? He been lying this whole interrogation. This nigga been lying the whole interrogation. So how can he be telling the truth about him being abused? Cause he'll shift from I don't want to hurt my grandma, and then he talking about how she was abusive and stuff, and then said then he loved her and stuff like that. Like they don't make sense. They don't make sense. Like they said, it was shifting. He was shifting blame on her and everything else, man. Like
programming, along with achieving his career readiness certificate. His co-conspirator, Brandon Allers, took a plea agreement to testify against Isaiah and was sentenced to 18 years in prison for his part in the horrific murders. This story doesn't end here, though. When police were finally able to search the grandparents' home, they allegedly found numerous internet searches on one of the computers, locating various methods on how to kill someone. In another sickening find, according to news sources, authorities supposedly uncovered inappropriate photos of children. The pictures were allegedly found under the grandfather's account, but nothing else has ever been revealed about the horrendous discovery. During Isaiah's trial, a clinical psychologist testified that during the time period of the crime, Isaiah possessed the emotional maturity of a 12 to 14.
Child porn. Wait, hold on. Wait, what?
During Isaiah's trial.
Wait. Was it Isaiah or was it the grandfather holding that child porn though? I think it's Isaiah, because ain't no way his grandfather gonna hold child porn. It had to be Isaiah.
A clinical psychologist testified that during the time period of the crime, Isaiah possessed the emotional maturity of a 12 to 14-year-old. But this did not stop the killer from facing the inevitable consequences. Initially, Isaiah was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. But in an unexpected turn of events, the judgment was overturned. After 4 years behind bars, Isaiah was resentenced to life in prison with a chance at parole, without a minimum incarceration time. This means that there is no telling when or if he will be released.
That nigga shouldn't be released. But my thing is this, like I said, if they didn't give no indication, but they did say they found child porn. I think it was Isaiah. Me personally, I think it was Isaiah because after he killed them, no telling what he probably did. No telling what he probably did, you know, like saying like he probably was looking up, I don't know, being shit to child porn or some shit. The shortest interrogation.
How does Popeye's chicken sandwich get so crunchy, juicy, and tasty? We make everything with love. Make your taste buds dance for $4.99.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
I handcuff you back to the chair, but I can fix your ankle.
But what the fuck are they doing?
I'm Investigator Oswald, Dallas Police Department. I understand you said you'd be willing to talk to me about why you're in handcuffs? Yes, sir. Okay. Being it is a criminal investigation, obviously you're not free to go because you have warrants for your arrest. I'm going to read your Miranda because it's very important you understand your rights. Okay? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have them present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before the question if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of these rights I've explained to you? Yes, sir. Have you previously asked any other law enforcement officer to allow you to speak to an attorney about this incident? Yes, sir. Have these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to me now? Yes, sir. I'm sorry? Say what is it? Have these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to me now? Yes, sir. You don't want to talk to me? I just call Mom. Okay, you can call your mom at the jail. All right. We'll get you out of here as quick as we can.
Smart man. He chose not to say nothing. He one of the niggas that make it out. God.